Welcome to the Spiritual Billionaire Podcast, hosted by me, Jocelyn Luco Sandstrom, a quantum manifestation and mindset mentor and coach. This podcast is your guide to aligned abundance and exponential growth. Explore transformational quantum energy sessions and conversations with visionary leaders unlocking a life of alignment, purpose, and flow. Discover the tools, strategies, and energetic shifts to transcend limitations, activate your next level, and rise as a spiritual billionaire, becoming the one that creates and invests in businesses, nonprofits, and leaders that are transforming the world. I'm sitting here in my car watching people going to and from their cars to the grocery store, observing them doing, going from one thing to the next, task after task after task on automatic pilot. And I know there's something more. We didn't come here to just do. We came here to be and to transcend this reality, because we do live in the physical reality. But we get to transcend it to a place that we can be the experience. We didn't come here to do. What if it wasn't about work, jobs, all these things that's making us continue to do and be on the hamster wheel over and over and over every single day? What if it's to transcend this reality, to transcend this simulation, to transcend it into the beingness of what our soul came here to experience? And what if just by being what we came here to actually do and experience, we don't provide, the universe provides? We just get to be. And the more that we be in alignment, in desire, in truth, the more resources, opportunities, magic the universe brings into our life to support what we really came here to do. And so what would that look like? That would look like really tuning into your desires and creating a life around your desires. Not around what you need to do and what you want to provide and what you want to get and all of these things and how you're going to fit the box or fit it to the people. You're the visionary. You're the innovator. So you move from your soul's desires. Visionaries create from what doesn't exist. There's a knowing, there's a deep knowing within you that's beyond this reality. And so visionaries, all they're doing is letting their soul guide them, letting their soul guide them, and letting their soul take them to places beyond their wildest dreams, letting their soul bring into this reality things that don't exist yet, and then innovating them into this reality, and then being brave and bold enough to ground into it, no matter what it looks like, knowing that if you just do it every single day, you will bring it into this reality. Like I did in my last career in quantum physics, we don't take from what exists. We bring in new things, and we create new things. We innovate new businesses, new everything. It's just, we think it and we create it. And so we just get to step really into that power of getting back to our truth. Getting back to letting our desires create our reality, transcending this reality, transcending the simulation, transcending the limitations, transcending the doing into being. And showing up every day and talking to your soul and say, well, if I'm here for my soul's experience and not for the doing, what would that actually look like? I know mentors that have done 3-hour workdays and done their first $1 million year for working 3 hours a day in full alignment, in full passion. That's the 4-minute mile. If they can do it, you can do it. So if you desire that, if that's what your soul desires, claim it, ground into it, and really live it. 2 feet in, not 1 foot out, 1 foot in, wondering whether this is going to work, but knowing inside it's going to work, but your brain saying, well, what if it doesn't work? And creating that wobble. All you need to do is just decide. Just decide what you desire to call in, and then create the vortex to call it in and be it in every moment. Ask your soul every single day, what do I desire today? What do I desire in this experience? Is it to chill out, watch a movie, bring value to the world by channeling something that is going to ignite the world today, showing up for your clients, your businesses, your real estate deals, supporting people's finances through financial planning, your beautiful art that you're creating into this world, bringing this joy and magic into people's lives? And then, what else do you want to enjoy? Self-care, family, friends, adventure. And what if you don't have to decide 10 steps forward? What if it's just like, what does my soul desire to do right now? And do that, knowing that the universe is providing, knowing that as you take the step, the universe takes a step. And you take a step and they take a step. And what if it's just your pure alignment to your desires and your truth of what your soul came here to experience that ignites magic beyond your wildest dreams? And that's how you quantum leap. And that's how you collapse timelines. Because stepping into your future memories and visualizing it being here already, you're literally stepping into the future. Everything that you're seeing right now in this reality is your past. It's who you were being and what you were doing that's created this reality in front of you, because you do an action and then that action creates a result. And who you were being creates that action, which creates that result. So measuring yourself from this reality is just measuring the past version of you. But if you decide that you are the visionary and you are literally living your future memories in the now, closing your eyes every day, stepping into that future memory, feeling the feelings of what's coming, grounding into that knowing so that you could be that version of you right now. You could be that version of you right now in this moment. That's how you collapse time. But you decide. You don't wobble anymore. You don't doubt. You don't measure. You don't look at this reality that you're in right now to see if it's working or if you're doing it right, because you're the visionary. You're seeing the future and you're pulling the future into the now. So you decide to transcend the limitations, to transcend everything that this world said about success and doing and hustling and all of this stuff. All the people that you look around that are on automatic pilot, that's totally fine if they want to be an automatic pilot. But if you're listening to this, you know there's something more. You know there's something deeper. You're tired of being on automatic pilot. You're tired of just going through the motions every single day, trying to achieve, trying to accomplish, trying to do all these things instead of just being the experience. It's not these things. We get to be the experience, and the universe gets to bring us these things. We become the vortex. I know, because when I recoded The Hustle, that week I did less than I've ever done. I literally spent that week purely listening to my soul. My soul said, no, we're not going back into the hustle. My soul said, we're going to relax this week because we're not here to do. So every time I tuned in and tuned into my soul, I'm like, what do I get to do right now? What's going to bring the most value? What do I desire? To watch a webinar, listen to a podcast, read a book, work on social media, or rest? and watch TV. And every time it told me something, I did it. 90% of that week was not productive if you look at the reality of success and all of these things. 90% of it was pleasure, relaxation. I was watching TV, which I normally never used to do because TV was meant that I was going to fail because successful people don't watch TV. And I was watching TV. I didn't watch one webinar that week. I didn't listen to one podcast, but my soul said, show up for my people. So I showed up for my people and I taught my programs and created massive breakthroughs for my clients and showed up with such service and just pure gratitude that I got to do this. I didn't do one post that week, and I knew that me recoding this was going to bring something huge into my reality. And it did. But it was like about a week of me overriding the mind telling me, you're being lazy, you're destroying your business. It's never going to work. Go post. Stop watching TV. You should be watching a webinar, learning more, more all the time, doing more. And I was like, nope. I was like, nope. And I grounded into my knowing. And as I grounded into that knowing, I knew something was going to drop in, and it did. Friday that week, I got a message to invite me to be a speaker at the Conscious Leader Summit in New York during New York Climate Week at the World Trade Center. And that was the last stage I thought I was ever, I thought I was going to have to build up to New York. It was my dream to speak on stage in New York, let alone in New York Climate Week at the World Trade Center. I thought that I was going to have to do all this work to get on that stage, but it dropped in. The universe brought it to me because it knew it was my ultimate dream. I collapsed time and I quantum leaped into it by doing what my soul guided me to do in pure alignment. And I just recoded the hustle again. I'm recoding the hustle again, right? We recode it and then we experience it. And we're like, ooh, we can go deeper. We can go deeper. And that's why sitting here watching these people, I had that realization that, wow, I'm still doing. As I'm walking to the grocery store, I'm not aware. I'm just doing it because that's a task that I need to do versus being that, oh, I get to go buy this food and create this yummy food for my family. I get to be here and experience these things because I desire to feed my family nourishing food and feed myself nourishing food. Not on automatic pilot because I have to get these things done, but that I get to do these things. I get to be here in this experience, alive, living, and I don't have to follow anyone's rules. Because if you live through your soul, if you live through divine will, if you live through co-creating with the universe, you decide and the universe responds. But you have to be able to hold the void of it not being in this reality yet. You have to claim that you're the visionary and step into those future memories that are inevitable if you just ground and take the line action every single day. Literally become a time traveler, step into the future. Feel those feelings to bring it back to the now. It's kind of like a future version of you getting in a time machine, coming back to you saying, hey, in the movie one time, there was a future person came back and said, hey, invest in Apple, buy all these stocks in Apple. And that person didn't know, but they just did it. And all of a sudden, Apple's stock went up and they became multimillionaires, right? Every time you step into a future memory, you're stepping into the future you, giving you a message of what's coming if you just take these aligned actions every single day. But it's deeper than that. It's your soul showing you what it came here to experience. And that's why you can tap into these future memories. Where does imagination come from? Imagination comes from the creator, from divine, from God's source universe. So you're communicating with God's source universe divine through your imagination. But you just got to own it and claim it. Imagination is no different than this reality. They've proven it with studies from universities that they've done testing that there's been 3 groups of people playing basketball. And one group actually took the shots and practiced. The other group did nothing. And the last group just sat and visualized taking the shots. And the group that did nothing didn't improve. But the group that visualized taking the shots and the group that actually took the shots, they all improved. And the group that visualized it improved almost as much as the group that actually took the shots. It's all in our head. If you haven't watched the movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? Watch that movie. You can get it free on Gaia or YouTube, I think. But basically, it's proof from quantum physics that your thoughts create your reality. So claim it, own it, decide. And it's that decision that builds the vortex. If you know it on a soul level, but your mind keeps taking you out of it and you're going 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're wobbling. And you may eventually get there, but not as fast as if you just work on your knowing. And that's the work I do. That's the work I do. That's the work that's been bringing in miracles in my life that just blow my mind. And that's the work I focus on with my clients, because strategy is strategy. But if you are wobbly under that strategy, you're going to get certain results. No amount of strategy is going to override the energetic misalignment, the energetic wobble that's going on underneath. But if you go down to the root and remove that wobble, you can apply any strategy on top of that, and it will work. So just decide. Decide today that this is your reality, that you're transcending the simulation of doing into being, and you're going to ask your soul in every moment, what do I desire to do? Let the divine God source universe, your soul, flow through you. Surrender into their magic. We came here to live in 5D. We came here to experience the limitations and the dominance and the hustle and the struggle from 3D, to then transcend it, to then get to experience the expansiveness and the limitlessness and the magic and the miracle and the ease and the flow and the pleasure and the alignment of 5D. So decide that's what your soul came here to experience. And there was nothing wrong with what we experienced, but been there, done that. Some of it was fun, some of it wasn't. And because we've experienced that, now we get to experience the opposite of it. And so decide that the opposite is now. Don't say it's coming or it's going to be here. It's waiting for the tipping point. It's here now. It's here now if you decide it and you ground into that every single day. I have a activation that I'm going to put in here that I listen to that helps me to get out of the simulation, out of the doing, out of this reality, into the reality that I desire to live, into pure desire, soul alignment. And so I'm going to put it in here. So anytime you start to wobble, listen to it, ground into it, own it, claim that's your reality. And the more that you do, the more magic and ease and flow is going to come into your life. And you're not doing it because of that. You're doing it because you get to, because you're just not going to live this, rat race anymore. You're not gonna and no matter how much we get out of it, we can always get out of it more, because it's evolution over entire lifetime. Like I said, I recoded that, before I recoded the hustle last September or can't remember when it was, or August, I had recorded it the year before. And so even before I went on that trip, that I had this realization, I felt like, oh my gosh, I got a good system going here. But I knew something was going to happen on that vacation. I knew I was going to have a quantum leap. I didn't know what it was. And when I was on the vacation, I realized, wow, I really still wasn't as relaxed as I thought I was. So let's deepen that. So when I came back into my life, I was like, this still feels like hustle. So I'm going to recode it even more. And now I had another awareness watching these amazing people walk around that gave me the gift to say, oh, I get to recode it even deeper. What are we really here to be or experience, or what is it? Or what do I want to experience in this world? Maybe they came here to experience that, and that's totally fine. But I know I came here to experience something else. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this knowing. And so how do I deepen and lean into this even more to receive even more magic? Because the magic just keeps getting bigger and bigger every single month. So how do we get to just keep like loving our life and receiving more and more magic? So play with that. If you want to dive deeper into my programs, I'm here to support you. To me, this is pure freedom. This is pure pleasure and alignment, because it doesn't matter what's going on. We're not doing it by ourselves anymore. We're not proving, we're not pleasing. We're just being. And like just the peace, the extra energy that you get, the extra time that you get back in your life, the pleasure, the fulfillment deep in your soul. And then because of that, the vortex that you build, the magic that the universe brings to you, the resources, the people, the opportunities. So if you're ready to go all in and play, DM me. I have a program to support you at any level. We can hop on a discovery call and discover which program's a fit for you. Or you can continue to listen to the podcast, join my free Facebook group where I go in and I do mini quantum energy sessions, and sometimes go on live and do some Q&As. You can join that. It's called Wealth Codes. DM me and I'll give you the link. It's free to just step into the community and step into this morphic field, into this vortex of being, because it's already going to start unlocking this. And something inside of you just listening to this unlocked. And now if it resonates, now you just get to deepen it however you desire to deepen it. But just take an action. Take an action, whether it's subscribing to this podcast, whether it's joining the free Facebook group, whether it's joining my hybrid mastermind or my high-level mastermind or my one-on-one mentorship. I will be in Paris on April 24th and 25th doing another talk, another dream talk that I manifested. I will be there. So if you're going to be around in Paris, DM me. I'll give you the information. I'll be doing a workshop the second day and a VIP luxury mastermind day in Paris as well too. So once I launch the details, sign up for my newsletter. There's going to be so much magic coming out. And together, this community that we're building together of spiritual billionaires, we're bringing magic to this earth. We're creating a reality of magic because we go first. We're transforming the world from the inside out. And the more of us that do this together, the more that we ripple this out into the world, and this becomes the new reality from our morphic field. It's a collective consciousness. When 70% of a population believes in something, whether you believe in it or not, and you're in that collective consciousness, you feel it. And then morphic field's even bigger than that. So we're building the morphic field of spiritual billionaires to bring magic here on earth to everyone, not just to us, but for us and the world. So thanks for being here. Wishing you the most incredible, magical day. If there's something that you want to dive deeper into on another podcast, email me and we can dive deeper into that on another podcast as well too. But sending you so much love and wishing you an incredible day.